We're here today with Sanket PATIL from Bowhead Corporation in Alberta, Canada. And we got a couple of questions for you. And I'd like to start with just what is your role at Bowhead, and how does it work with the mission of Bowhead and its long-term plans?
So Bowhead, we are an adaptive mountain bike company. We make adaptive mountain bikes and wheelchairs. So our motto is an independent and active lifestyle should belong to everybody, should be accessible to everybody. And we do this with our adaptive mountain bikes and wheelchairs, right? And our product team has amazing product ideas. And it is my role at Bowhead to bring these ideas to life. I'm the senior mechanical engineer at Bowhead, and I look after the design and development. I've also implemented 3D experience platform. We utilize the cloud-based version of 3D experience. And I also look after developing workflows and implementing these workflows at Bowhead, and also act as a change manager to streamline and collaborate our change processes.
Yeah, we know you guys have been a SolidWorks champion for a long time. You're using it as your core for design, but now you've become an ENOVIA champion. What moved you in that direction?
It's a great privilege and an honor to be a ENOVIA champion. I do have a great story about how I got to choose ENOVIA. So I was with Bowhead fairly early on. We were still a startup. I was working at Christian's basement. We were using like a folder system to work our CAD. We started doing well. Our company expanded exponentially. We were adding more products. We were adding more engineers. And there was a time when I'm like, I cannot work out of the folder anymore, right? I cannot have a revision that says final underscore final underscore final kind of thing. And that is when I knew that we needed a PDM system or a PLM system. And my initial thought was, let's get something simple. Let's get SolidWorks PDM. It'll help us at this stage in the process, right? In the growth of our company. And so I reached out to SolidWorks and Sean O'Neill, and I said, can we get SolidWorks PDM? And Sean O'Neill said, I could give it to you, I'll give it to you, but here's 3D experience. This is cloud-based. You don't need that costly server setup. There's no headaches about server maintenance. So why don't you give it a try? And he gave me access to the Champions portal, I think, so just for me to play around and try things. Sure. And I was amazed. Very quickly, I could figure out that you could add modules and sort of scale it up as our company grew. For instance, I knew that even though we were only looking at revision control and check-in, check-out kind of thing, we would very quickly need change management, for instance, because the rate at which our company was growing, I could see it down the road. And I'm like, this seems like it's something that would be very easy to implement and it'll scale. And it also had the reliability of Dassault systems, right? It was a software made by Dassault Systems. And being a SolidWorks champion, I knew that it integrated well with SolidWorks. You have apps that interface within SolidWorks. You don't have to leave SolidWorks for certain things like relations or some approvals and that sort of a thing. So it was like it not only just tick check boxes, it offered much more than that. And that is how we got into ENOVIA and 3D Experience platform. Being an ENOVIA champion means you really know the software. You're an expert user, right? So it was a great honor for me when they accepted me in the program. I think it is very important to become ENOVIA champion because for example, we are a product company, right? We are developing products. And when you're trying to change the world in any small way, like we're trying to bring these great products that make a difference to the lives of the people, you hit roadblocks, not just in your designs or the problems that you're trying to solve, but also some other aspects like processes or workflows sometimes become a barrier to your growth, right? Sure. And I think what ENOVIA Champions program does is it gives you access to the community at large, that may have encountered these similar problems, and they might have unique solutions to these problems. So you tap into their experiences and talk to them and see what is the workflow that they have used to be more efficient, to be more productive. How are they solving the challenges that they're encountering? So you're not alone in solving the challenges that you want to solve. You're not alone in wanting to change the world by creating products. You're not alone in being at the forefront of your product journey. So you get so much of support, not just from other people in the community, but also from ENOVIA R&D, and that is what I think makes it very valuable, very valuable, and very great to be a part of the ENOVIA Champions program.
Well, in regard to ENOVIA in general, the way you guys have implemented, what do you see has turned out to be the major advantages of that implementation?
I think the biggest advantage we have is the fact that we're like future-proofing our company. Because ENOVIA, the technology and the vision that they have is exactly where we want to go, right? Like I'm looking at all the things that they're bringing. They're constantly innovating. They're constantly, looking at ways in which workflows can be more efficient, be more productive. It's especially important in the advent of AI, right? And I see Dassault Systems, ENOVIA working towards integrating AI in some of your workflows. So I think that's the biggest advantage that I can see. Moreover, I feel that there are different kinds of users of the platform in our company. There are more advanced users who sort of understand PDM, PLM. There are folks who use it with CAD, who sort of know how it works. And there's also folks who quite don't understand what PDM and PLM is all about, right? And for these people, the 3D Experience platform brings in the familiarity of a browser interface, right? So it makes it really easy for them to maybe look up a part, look at all the metadata, maybe look at the supplier and things like that. So the onboarding of people becomes really easy. I've onboarded students, interns, people who have had no history of using a PDM, and I sort of invite them to the platform, set them up, maybe just talk to them about what the platform is all about for half an hour, and they're up and going. And I've had interns remark like, "Oh wow, this is great, this is awesome." So yeah, it is all of these that make ENOVIA a must-have in your company.
What do you see as the vision, long-term vision and goals for the company using ENOVIA?
Yeah, so we currently are at a stage where we've implemented a lot of workflows related to change management. And I do want to implement more workflows related to product release engineer. And one of the challenges we are facing is that our product is highly configurable. There is a lot of variants and a lot of trims and other things that make the BOM a bit difficult to manage. So I'm looking to implement the configuration manager. I was really excited to learn about the role that was, I believe, released sometime earlier this year.
Yeah.
And I think that'll help us manage our BOMs more efficiently and create the 120%, 150% BOM. And that, along with product release engineer workflows, I think will be a really efficient way to deal with variants and configurations of our product. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I also know that there might be something sometime in the future, something about managing colors and textures. And this is something that bike users want, right? They want the color options and things like that. But it becomes a nightmare to manage that in your BOM. So I'm looking for solutions that Dassault Systems is working on to make our lives a little bit easier, and open the company, the wider company, to these workflows that'll help them, be more efficient at what they do.
Well, thanks for spending some time with us today. It was great talking to you and looking at how you're implementing our systems, and I look forward to a long relationship.
Thank you so much, Rick. Yeah, it was a pleasure.